Hi folks, Canadian Prepper here. So today we're going to be starting a new video series, and it's going to be called Gadget or Gimmick, and I'm going to get you to leave your opinion in a poll, which if you click the card in the upper right hand corner, it's going to take you to the poll, and you're going to be able to choose whether you think this item is a gadget or a gimmick. Don't forget to give the video a big thumbs up even if you don't like the product in question, and stay tuned for all the videos that you've come to enjoy on this channel, as well as the ones that I've forecasted in my recent channel update. Now the gear in question today is going to be the Yuko Titan match. This is a gigantic match which is waterproof. It is massive. It has about a 20 to 25 second burn time, I would say. It's pretty heavy duty. You can only carry so many of them because they're so darn big. And I want to get your opinion as to whether or not you think this is a gadget or a gimmick. Now the obvious benefit, as you can see here, is that it can take a dunking in water. The combustion reaction continues even when submerged in water. It takes a few seconds to bounce back, but when it does, it comes back and the fire still rages on. Now obviously this is an extreme. I would hope that you would never actually try to start a fire in conditions that were this wet. Hopefully your base and your tinder would be at least dry enough to catch a bit of a spark. And I mean, if you really can't start a fire with a match this big, then it's not so much an issue of your ignition source as it is an issue with your tinder and your kindling. Now of course this is going to be the case with most fire starting scenarios. It's not so much that it's hard to throw a spark or to get that initial flash of fire. It boils down to getting that tinder hot enough that it's going to light and having dry enough kindling that it will light thereafter. So for me personally, I can see these being of some utility in a wilderness survival situation, but let's just put this in perspective. Let's say it's raining out, pretty much everything is wet. So even if you were to light this match, which might give you 20 to 30 seconds of burn time at best, it's still not going to last long enough to dry off the tinder, which is certainly not going to burn long enough to dry off the kindling, which of course is not going to last long enough to dry off the larger pieces of wood which you're going to need to have a continuous source of fire. So the question is, do these matches actually have a place, or are they just an overpriced gimmick? If you go to Yuko's website, you can buy 25 of them for $10, these gigantic matches. So you're paying about 40 cents a match, which is pretty darn pricey. Or you can get the smaller ones as shown here, which aren't much cheaper, which are about $8 for 25 matches. So essentially you're paying about $2 less for a much smaller match. Of course, it's in a smaller form factor, which is going to be easy to carry. Put these up against the Koglin waterproof matches, which I personally have never tried. I don't think they have gotten really good reviews, but any match in particular, matches are relatively quite cheap. Usually you can get 100 for about $2. So if you were to put 500 Strike Anywhere or semi waterproof matches up against these 25 Titan Yuko matches, do you think it's a valid comparison, or do you think this is just a gimmick? Personally, I think it may have a place. If you guys think so, leave your comments below. This is not a paid review. This is completely and 100% unbiased reporting brought to you to get your insight to separate the wheat from the chaff in this whole keeping up with the Joneses survival gear craze. Now personally, what I would recommend people do is take a very small tea light candle which has a burn time of up to 3 hours, find a secure windproof environment, use one match to light that candle, and continuously use that as your source of ignition for your tinder. Or there are even methods to waterproof normal matches. However, these aren't going to be as reliable as the Yuko Titan Stormproof match. Now of course there are Strike Anywhere matches which from Yuko at least have been discontinued, possibly due to safety concerns, as the phosphorus is mixed in with the sulfur so that it can be struck anywhere. Regardless, there are ways to do this on your own if you so choose. Just go to Google and Google how to make your own Strike Anywhere matches. So the only downside to matches, of course, is that you need a place to strike them. Now obviously a ferrocerium or magnesium source of ignition is ideal when we're talking about wilderness survival. However, it doesn't approach the convenience of a gigantic match which will burn relentlessly for 25 seconds in all conditions. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. I got a lot more of these gadgets or gimmick videos coming your way in the future. Don't forget to give it a big thumbs up, like, comment, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Talk to you soon. Thanks for watching. Canadian Prepper out.